What is up, people of YouTube? It is I, Super Mariozilla, or you can call me Vinny, and today we're going to take a look at the Mezco 1/12 Collective SDCC Exclusive Batman Beyond. This version of Batman first came from the animated TV series Batman Beyond. In the series, Bruce Wayne retires from being Batman because he went as far to threaten a thug with a gun. We are later introduced to a high school student named Terry McGinnis. Terry got into a motorcycle race with a gang known as the Jokers when they were causing a ruckus. During the chase, he accidentally ended up on Bruce Wayne's property. After fighting off the Jokers, Bruce has a chest pain because he needs his medicine. While finding a bat in a grandfather clock by accident, Terry discovers the Batcave and finds out Bruce Wayne is Batman. After his father passed away, and because Bruce would not do anything about Derek Powers, Terry sneaks into Wayne Manor and steals the high-tech Batsuit to take matters into his own hands. After the whole scuffle conflict, Bruce decides to train Terry to become the new Batman. This figure was revealed to supposedly be a main series figure, but Mezco said, "Fuck you, this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive." I'll talk more about that at the ending of the video. So since this figure is already difficult to get, is it worth hunting down? Let's find out. Alright, let's be honest here. Batman looks fantastic. They went the extra mile to give us a high-tech aesthetic, instead of just leaving them all black with the logo. So this single-handedly removes all complaints of the Mezco figures looking like they have pajamas. And the details are very easy to see because they have a nice glossy shine. Taking a closer look, the mask has panel lining all over, the face resembles a teenager look, and the ears are very high and pointy. They are sharp though, so be careful. Even the neck has a few details, so it doesn't look all that plain. The Bat logo is a sculpted piece, and it has a very nice metallic crimson red. It looks fantastic and helps the figure pop on the shelf. But here you can also see the high-tech details I was talking about. Like I said, they help the figure stand out. The back of the figure has a backpack that deploys the wings. It's a matte black and the panel lines are sculpted well. The lower body continues the panel details. The belt unfortunately does not look too good. The paint is very clumpy and thick. The only good part is the crimson red dot, but that's not enough to save the whole belt. The belt is also a floating piece, so there's no need to worry about the stitching tearing. The arms continue the high-tech details, and you can see that Terry still works out. The glossy details continue all the way to the gauntlets. The gauntlets are not cloth, and the sculpt on them is very good. Precise marks to resemble futuristic tech. It looks wonderful. The spikes on the gauntlets are very sharp and, dare I say, brittle. They look great, but if too much force is applied, I'm pretty sure these will break. The front side of the gauntlets are glossy with matte indents, which looks pretty cool here. A very nice contrast. The hands are a basic fist sculpt with the futuristic tech details. The legs are a muscular sculpt, and the glossy tech details continues all the way up to the boots. The details of the tech really help make this figure pop, as I said before. The boots are plastic like the gauntlets. Most of it is matte, while some of it is glossy. The boots have the same panel line details like the gauntlets. The shoe part also has the same kind of details. And the soles of the shoes look great. I sure wish shoes like these existed. Batman looks fantastic for the average Mezco, and it seems Mezco has been listening to all the pajama complaints. In terms of detail, this figure does not disappoint. I know I've said this pretty much 1,000 times, but the articulation is pretty standard for, the Mezco 1/12, so I apologize if it sounds redundant. But, for Mezco's, the articulation is actually pretty nice, and we do get some nice range of movement, even though we have cloth. So, let's take a look. Head is on a double ball peg, as well as the neck. He can look up about this far. Look down about this far. Down, not so much. Up is a pretty good amount. I wish he could look up more, but it's not horrible. Can look side to side. We have pivot. Pretty nice range. The upper waist is on the ball joint, and the lower waist is on the ball joint. So he could crunch forward about this far, which is not too much. And he could crunch backward more than forward, I believe. So that's actually pretty nice. Forward, not so much. Unfortunate, but with Mezco's, it's alright. Arms can move up about this far, but you do have to be wary of the cloth and try not to tear it.
He can hinge up about this far. There's also a slight butterfly joint, which is pretty nice. We do have the bicep swivel, double hinged elbows. He can move just a little bit more than 90 degrees. Actually, I think that is just a bit more than 90 degrees, so that's decent. Hands are on a swivel hinge. Nice range of movement. Legs can kick forward about this much. And he can kick backwards about this much, which is not too much, but forward is pretty good. He can do the splits, but due to how tight the cloth is this time around, you don't want to do that. However, with one leg standing down, he can kick to the side just about this much, which is fine. Terry McGinnis does not need to do the splits. I mean, I know he's an agile person, but still. Oh my god, I was just about to say knees. Thighs are on a swivel. Knees are on a double hinge. He can bend about this far, which is pretty good. Ankles are on ball joints, which you think may be a downgrade from, Black Suit Spider-Man, but actually no. He still has excellent range. He can kick down about this far, forward about this far. Down, it's not as much as I like, but it is good enough. And forward is pretty good. And we do have some awesome ankle rocker, which is good. I was actually kind of worried about that, so I am glad that Batman did not disappoint. So when it comes to articulation, he may be a bit more limited compared to other Mezcos, but if you are creative with the posing, you could still get Batman into some pretty neat poses. You just have to be creative and know how to pose your figures. But because of how the Mezcos are usually engineered and designed, articulation is acceptable, but still has its own qualities. It's not bad.
Batman stands to the top of his head around 6 inches. To the top of his ears, that's around 6.5 inches. Here are the comparisons. Here he is with the Figure Arts Iron Man and Captain America. Here he is with the Figure Arts Ant-Man and Black Panther. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Elektra and House of M Spider-Man. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Demolition Man and Doc Ock. And finally, here he is with the Mezco 112 Superman and Deathstroke. Terry is smaller than some of them, which is a good thing. Some may argue he's too big, which I don't personally blame him for, but Terry has always been a bit of a tall dude, so I don't think there is a problem here. He'll fit in with the crew just fine. Batman comes with some badass accessories. Let's take a look at these. First is the Mezco stand with the Batman Beyond logo on it. It has a nice glossy finish. Here is Batman on the foot peg. And here he is on the Mezco arm. For the alternate heads, he comes with the neutral head that was already on him in the package. Next is the angry teeth grit head, which looks just as good as the neutral head. For the hands, he comes with 2 fist hands that were on him in the package, 2 open claw hands, and finally 2 hands to hold the batarangs. Speaking of which, we get 3 batarangs. The sculpt on them is fantastic, looks like a realistic version of the cartoon. The paint is a crimson metallic red and helps make the Batarang pop. And the red dot also helps it pop. They fit in the gripping hands in a variety of ways, sticking them in the hands or on the tips of the index finger and thumb. Next up are the wings. The wings are thin and have a sharp sculpt. The red color looks really nice, and the black on the back is great too. On the back it has details that remind you of nanotechnology. It looks really cool. To use the wings, you have to remove the front plate on the backpack, then pop the wings on the back. Batman looks awesome with these wings, and I'm sure a number of people will never take these wings off. Finally, the boosters. They have a flame orange that transition into a yellow. The translucent color of the boosters look amazing. They peg into the bottom of Batman's feet to make it look like he's obviously flying. Terry comes with plenty of accessories, but if they wanted to sweeten the deal, I think we should have gotten a grapple gun. Still, for what you get, Batman comes with a nice amount of stuff. These accessories do not disappoint in the slightest. So, buy or don't buy, because you will absolutely, positively not find a sale for this figure at all. Mezco fucked all of us by making this a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Because of that, people bought the shit out of this figure off of Mezco's site and also the event, and are trying to make a quick buck by selling it on eBay by overcharging it to about $382. Sheesh! This figure had no reason to be a SDCC exclusive. Punisher made sense. but not for this guy. Because, 1, they displayed him at other events that wasn't SDCC, so it kind of made us think, oh, you know, this might be a figure to be released in the mainline. And 2, this is a completely different version of Batman, not a color variant. He is a different incarnation of the Dark Knight. And to be honest, any Batman Beyond figure is almost essential in any Batman collection. I highly recommend you find this figure to close as MSRP as possible. Don't pay the scalper prices. Make sure none of them get a cent of your money. I got mine off of eBay for $140, not including shipping. Anything less than $150 is at best acceptable. So if you're a diehard fan of Bats, this figure is definitely for you. Don't get me wrong, he's a great figure, but Mezco should not have made him an SDCC exclusive. I wish you all the best of luck to find him. I'll give Batman a 9.5 out of 10. Well, that's it. Thanks guys and gals so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you would like to be updated on when new videos goes up, be sure to subscribe. If you want to be notified when new videos go live, be sure to hit that bell icon. And if you want some behind the scenes stuff, be sure to follow me on Instagram. Link to it is down below. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.